Hope you guys are doing well. So, continuing on our journey today would be the last topic of animations. The any transition object holds information that the transition modifier uses. It contains information how a view will be inserted and removed from the screen. In this section, we'll learn. So, what is this transition? Let's see. So the any transition object holds information that the transition modifier uses. It contains. What is going to happen though? Use the transition modifier to specify how a view enters and exits the screen. Mm, Like what is this transition? Okay, animation is how a view's property changes when something happens. Transition is how a view enters or leaves the hierarchy. So animation is changes between two states. Transition is animation insertion, removal of a view. Animate insertion. Oh, this is nothing to do with. It's very different than. So basically, it's related to how the view is going to be will come and be removed, right? Okay, let's work. Transition is the header. Yeah, because then you have foreground styles. Then I have this on-click button right inside the V stack. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. Let's add in a button over here probably. Oh wait, this foreground should come outside on. Let's put it on the stack itself. And then now is when we let's add the toggle probably or button. So you add in the button here. This is the action. It's the label. Label is on. Label is change, right? So that's it. This is change. And Let's have the so where is this pink? Oh, this has to be foreground style. Foreground. Now let's only have pink over here. Let's change this to pink. So this is. Oh, I'm not doing anything on action, right? Let me toggle this. What happened? This has to be. So, Mr. Parenthesis here. Let's try building this now. Let's open this. Let's close this. Oh, so it has come on the screen, right? It's going to take the entire screen. Let's do resize. Resize. Alright. Let's apply this to resizable. Resizable. And then let's do this is the image, right? That is coming. Let's put a little bit up. So you add a spacer over here. And then you see now it's coming, right? So this appears like, however, we are just mentioning how the view is going to come. So let's animate this. Let's make it more smoother. So you do animation, then you do dot easeIn or what default, and then let it consecutive line. What is consecutive line? Okay, now let's say this is a. The thing is that animation will not work this way. So we need to add that thing. Now if you run this, it's going to come smoothly. You can do this. So basically this is how transition, right? The transition has three parts. A way to add. So uh, this is the way to add, right? And then you have the transition view being added or removed. So this is the transition view being removed. The animation the view will use when the transition takes effect. Okay, so I can say transition has three parts. First is a way to add or remove, right? A way to add or remove a view. a way to second is going to be the view, right? The transition view being added or removed. The animation that is applied to the transition. So let's run this. Okay. Animation on transition. You can also you have the option of adding animation directly on the transition. This can be helpful later when we learn more than one transition to a view. Now animation with transition options. Transitions are picky. When you put the animation modifier, it may or may not have. Okay, it's not mandatory that it may work. Now, any transition option in the okay, we'll see this thing is. In previous example, you know that slide transition was combined in the default animation. It's best to stick transition on simulator on a device to be certain if it's working correctly or not. And there is any so what is the transition? So transition is basic. Oh, to offset it, right? I mean, if I have offset, then why should I even go for transition? Why should we use transitions? Offset moves the view's position while it's still in the view hierarchy. Oh, this is going to remove the view. Oh, so in the tree that forms, this is something else. So offset is just going to move the in and out of the screen. The animation is sorry, not transition, not animation. Transition is going to remove the view from the hierarchy. So it's completely removed from the screen. Now any transition that move. Now I move the view into view form the edge specified. So you can move it like from bottom edge, top edge. There is any transition dot slide, right? So then there is something called as dot move. So you can move it from say dot and then you do bottom. So it's going to come from the bottom screen. Let's see how it's going to happen. See, it came from down, right? Okay. Now any transition dot offset. Now offset is okay. Now when you do okay, let's save this somewhere so that okay, let's create a new folder probably over here somewhere. Not inside this. We have a transitions folder, and inside that you had a view called as okay. You had a transition dot swift. Close this. Now there is something called as offset as well. The difference between this offset and that is this is going to take it off from the screen, remember. This is x colon say something like 200 and then y is going to be say Now we need a background, right? So this has to sit on the top of so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a Z stack over here. Just add a parenthesis. Oh, sorry, curly braces here. There's some one thing extra. It says, oh, yeah, this is my Z stack. Z stack in scope. Let's just format. Mm, this is this V stack just coming here. Oh yes, this has to be capital. And then what is on the top is going to come on the back side, right? So let's give it a rectangle shaped, and then okay, let's do color. So I don't have that. So this is going to make the background black, and then this thing is going to be on top probably. So you have the background black, and this is on the top. Z works is the layering works is so whatever is this, right? Uh, what is written first is on the back side of the z-axis. And if I add one more z stack in here, or if I add something else, right? Uh, what if I add a text or something? Say text hi. The thing is, this is on top, right? So that is not coming because it's there somewhere, but you can't see it. Let's add a color dot gray something. Oh, it's still not visible. Why? Let's see what happened to color dot gray. That is basically it's mostly related to stacking context, something like that. Why is it hidden in the Z stack? Let's okay. Let's add in a color that is visible. Oh, you see this pink coming right now, and now let's now that pink is getting mixed with the this is just opacity has been. Let's have a frame. Let's give this a width and a height. So width 20. I'm not moving it anywhere, so no parenthesis. Wait. Also this is the size. And see, let's increase the size probably to something like 200 or 300. But this is still on top, right? It's forming at the center. If I get rid of this, then it will take the entire space. Okay. Then there is something called as opacity. Opacity, yeah, because it has CG float, right? Scale transition, I can. So, uh, so even the opacity is about removing the view, right? So it's better to use it with transition. Any transition dot opacity. Now, what's the difference between normal offset versus both are going to remove the view, but then when I do transition, so you get more sort of life cycle control. Like if you don't want that view to ever exist, so I guess so. Transition dot offset is a better way rather than to use transition, rather than to use offset. Yeah, it's all about the use case. Like when you want the view to be in the hierarchy, then use. When you want to completely destroy it or life cycle it, then so you can combine transitions as well. So there is something called as dot combined. Now some transitions are not predictable. So yeah, there's a problem with the. So it's all about whether you want the view in the hierarchy or not. If you don't want it, then you can uh, remove it. There is something called as what do you say, transitioning. So we can customize the animation curve. So you can do animation dot timing curve. That is so that is going to have our own custom timing. So you can have that as well. Okay, so I guess yeah, this is all with animations. There is nothing much more to add to this. Like, I've covered mostly all the topics. So animation the timing curve is something you need to. We haven't seen it yet, but we have covered all triggers. We have covered spring animation. We have covered delay. We have covered scope, and also we have added transition. Transition is basically when you want to remove or add a view. There's nothing more left to be done in this. Okay, so yeah, I guess that is all for this session. I hope you guys liked it. I will see you guys in another one. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.